Hey guys, welcome to Comic Union, and this is the character section. Up next, we've got a pretty unique villain. Sit back and enjoy the video, narrated by Timothy.
Almost every superhero has a corrupted version of themselves. For Batman, there's the Batman who laughs. For Superman, there's Superman Injustice. For Iron Man, there's Superior Iron Man. For Captain America, there's Captain Hydra. And for Mr. Fantastic, there's the Maker. The Green Giant Hulk is no exception, with his dark counterpart known as Maestro Hulk. This intriguing character was created by writer Peter David and first appeared in the comic Hulk, Future Imperfect, published in 1993. The term maestro in Italian or Spanish means master, teacher, or even the leader, like the orchestra conductor. Although Maestro Hulk first appeared in 1993, it wasn't until 2020 that his full origin was explored in a comic bearing his name. In that future timeline, approximately 100 years ahead, a nuclear war erupted, wiping out most of the world's superheroes. Chemical attacks by Blackside then pushed humanity to the brink of extinction. At this point, Bruce Banner had survived the devastation by being kept in stasis by AIM, who hoped to use him and energy-based mutations to rebuild the world. However, during this period, Hulk, or rather Bruce Banner, escaped and decided to reconstruct the world on his own. The Green Giant roamed through the remnants of the United States. Upon reaching Washington, D.C., he discovered a small community of survivors descended from White House employees living in a bunker beneath the White House alongside Machine Man. It was then that Hulk learned that what was left of New York City had been rebuilt into a place called Dystopia, ruled by someone known only as Maestro. Curious about Maestro's identity, Hulk traveled to Dystopia and discovered that Maestro was none other than the demigod Hercules. Without a moment's hesitation, Hercules charged at the Green Giant to see if he still retained any advantage. And of course, the answer was no. Even with the power of a demigod, and with claims from Hefquin that he'd once knocked down a horde of monsters and titans, Hulk was nothing more than a bag of sand for Hercules to use for practice. After being beaten nearly senseless, Hulk fell into an abandoned subway tunnel, where he was approached by the Court and Peacefish, friends of Rick Jones, who urged him to meet Rick. Hulk went to see the now-aged Rick, whose trophy room was filled with relics of fallen superheroes and villains. During their conversation, Hulk shocked Rick by revealing that his journey through the ruined world had left him utterly disillusioned with humanity, thinking that if demigod Hercules were to wipe out everyone in Dystopia, it wouldn't matter to him. Although initially, the Green Giant was indifferent about helping ordinary people. Having realized that humanity was responsible for its own downfall, Rick reminded him that those who needed Hulk were just regular people. Convinced by Rick's words, Hulk agreed to help. Subsequently, the Green Giant requested that Rick's lab have Dark Horse transport him to the remnants of Alchemax. There, Hulk created the Dogs of War, robotic dogs built from whatever he found at Alchemax, to fight against Hercules' forces. Things did not go as planned, however, and Hulk ended up taking a severe beating from Hercules. Yet instead of killing him, Hercules preferred to see Hulk surrender, so he spared him and incorporated him into his own entourage. In such a situation, resisting would have meant a swift death for the Green Giant, so he reluctantly agreed. Deep down, though, Hulk sought redemption in the eyes of Maestro Hercules. Afterwards, the Green Giant vanished for a while before reappearing with an extraordinarily beautiful woman named Anne Darnell. Naturally, upon seeing her, Hercules, ever the hero, could not resist a beauty like hers. Overcome by desire, the demigod quickly took her into his private chamber to ensure their intimacy, unaware that everything was part of Hulk's plan. In truth, Anne was the villain Vapor, who had transformed into a toxic gas capable of fatally poisoning Hercules. Just when it seemed the plan had reached its climax, Hulk rushed in, freezing her, smashing her to pieces, and then burying the fragments over a vast area so that she could never be resurrected. Bruce Banner, along with Hercules' subordinates, then held a funeral for the demigod. As Hercules' body was being cremated, he declared to Dystopia that he would be their new ruler. The citizens protested and demanded an election instead. Hulk tried to subdue Dystopia using his Dogs of War, but he was attacked by some of Rick Jones's allies, wielding weapons created by Forge. Although Hulk easily repelled these attackers, Hercules suddenly revived, thanks to the infernal powers of Hades, and effortlessly overpowered him. At the moment, it seemed Hercules might finally kill the Green Giant. One of his own underlings, using a weapon made by Forge, struck him down, claiming that he had never liked the demigod in the first place. Hulk then went to confront Rick about why he had killed him, only to find that Rick had vanished along with his collection. Later, Rick contacted Hulk remotely, comparing him to his own father before attempting to kill him with a bomb. The explosion devastated the entire room, but since Hulk was the protagonist of the story, he survived. In fact, after surviving, Hulk declared himself the new ruler of dystopia under a different name, Maestro Hulk. Under the reign of this older Hulk, he developed a new movement he called the Post-Apocalyptic Existence, or PAX, a movement aimed at eliminating the remaining divisions among humanity and replacing them with a single ruler. It was precisely this ambition that later led to the event known as World War M, though we'll discuss that in another video.
Later, they used the idea of the gray version to create the Joe Fixit version of the Hulk, and we'll discuss it in an upcoming video on Comic Union. Stay tuned!